Hello, my babies. As I said, welcome back to another episode. It's your girl MamMaJism, aka Mama Maj. This is season 2, episode 14 of Podsmas. All right, so yeah, welcome back. We're closing out week 3. Week 3, right? Week 3 of Podsmas. This week has been all about gift giving. The do's, the don'ts, the haves, the have-nots, all of that greatness. And so to start, just want to remind you the holiday challenge for this week was to create a gift for somebody. And I guess I'll just share, I won't share what it is or anything like that, but I own a Cricut Joy machine. And so I bought it months ago, didn't really touch it. And so I have been kind of crafting up some fun little gifts for people. So that has been fun. And it feels good to create something, like, even though, of course, it takes kind of like some hours. Well, for me, it took some hours just because it was like my first time using the machine, and like the design center thing is like, what? It's confusing. I mean, it looks confusing and very daunting, but that's what YouTube Academy is for. You know what I mean? So easy fix right there. But yeah, it just feels good to make something yourself and to give it to somebody, just to show them that you put in that extra time and care. So if you can afford that time, I hope that you are also creating something for someone. And yeah, so that was what the holiday challenge was for this week, and that is how I contributed to the challenge myself. Today's episode, there were a few things I wanted to do, but they didn't really pan out. So instead, I will just share a gift that I gave myself that I have been enjoying ever since, and am super, super thankful for. You want to know what that gift is? I think you kind of know. I think you kind of, yeah, it's this podcast, it's this platform. I mean, if you have been with me since the very beginning, you've listened to episode 00, like the very first episode where I talked about how I kind of got in my own way and waited 2 years before I actually, pressed go on starting this podcast journey. And even though I do sometimes wish that I would have started sooner, things happen for a reason, and I don't live my life with regret. So I think that even still, I'm just happy that I ended up saying yes to myself finally, at the time that I did, as opposed to still probably would be sitting here another year and a half later, like, maybe I should start that podcast, Like, I'm just glad I didn't wait longer than I needed to. So, this podcast has truly been a gift to me, and I'm learning so much every single day, being on Facebook groups that where we just swap information about the type of technology that we use to pump our episodes out, how we edit, if people use editors. There are so many different technical things that go into podcasting that you don't really realize until you actually kind of sit there and it's like, okay, I'm going to record an episode. Oh, wait, now I got to have background music if you want it. Oh, wait, now I got to edit out the ums and the ahs. Oh, wait, now I got to, put together some promo material so that people know that new episodes are out. It's like, it's so much. And I'm thankful for every bit of it because it's teaching me a lot about time management, for starters. Time management, discipline, dedication. This is probably the longest thing that I have started and have continued to do, or to pursue, I guess. And that's because I really do want to make this a career of mine, eventually. And so, yeah, like everything else, like the guitar, pick that up, put that back down, sewing, pick that up. I mean, and these are things that can come and go, but I'm just glad that I stuck with something. And that's because it feels good. Like I've mentioned before as well, this is kind of like a therapeutic thing for me. I do go to therapy, but sharing my stories with people who could relate, or maybe someone who needs to hear a certain message, it just feels good to know that my voice is being heard, and that people who get it, and they do feel less alone, and they know that they aren't. So it really feels good to have this platform to kind of just share and build that community of love and open conversation. That's what MamMaJism is all about. It did take me some time to figure out how to properly market myself, or market the podcast in a way that makes sense for people. And I just really do hope that it has made a significant difference in your lives as it has for me. And even if it's a little small thing, honestly, if I only had one listener and that listener was me, I would be okay with that, because it's for y'all, but it's mainly for me, this is such a beautiful thing to have. And I really just kind of want to encourage all of you that if there is something that you've had in the back of your mind, like, I want to try this, but I'm too scared, or I want to do this, but I don't have the proper tools, or I want to try this out, but they're going to laugh at me, or they're going to know that I'm not good at it, or that I'm just getting started, and, it's just going to be bad news. Do it. Do it. Bet on yourself. Say yes to you. You know what I mean? Like, don't let your mind trick you out of something that you really want to do, or that you feel like you can really pursue and do really good at. And I think an important thing to note is that I was going to say failure, but not failure, but you're going to make mistakes. That's inevitable. We don't go into a new skill or a new talent and just automatically know what we're doing. Some people do have natural born abilities where they, maybe are a little bit smoother at talking, or they just are automatically tech savvy. But at the end of the day, there are still things that we fine tune, that we still need to learn, that we get better at. Sometimes we go around the problem instead of finding, working smarter, not harder. I used to work harder, not smarter, for like the longest time. And even sometimes still, I'm learning that, oh, I could have done it this way. Wow. Okay. Noted. You know what I mean? So like, there's always room for growth is basically what I'm saying. So don't ever feel like you can't learn something, or that you have fallen off the wagon because other people that are far ahead of the game than you. For starters, you shouldn't be comparing yourself at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is your journey. And sometimes it really isn't even about the destination, and it is about the journey. Those are really where the good stories are being told. How you got to that position that you're at now. Those are the stories that you sit back and you tell your future little big-headed children, or the neighbor's kids, or somebody who want to listen. That's when you tell them the stories of how you came to be. And I like to think of this podcast as kind of me doing that, kind of just like dropping little nuggets of knowledges that I've learned. Nuggets of knowledges? Dropping little nugs of knowledge. Little nugs of knowledge. I was trying to abbreviate knowledge. I like that. Dropping little nugs of knowledge for the people, so that I guess this could be a part of my legacy. I don't know. But I just know that MamMaJism is my baby. It's my first ever podcast. And I do plan on having many, many more podcasts. I don't want to just wear one hat. I want multiple. Okay? I'm coming for all the podcasts I can manage and maintain. But this has truly been a joy, and this gift is my favorite gift of all, because I got it out the mud. You feel me? I just always wanted to say that. But yeah, thank you for all of you who are listening, who have been with me from the beginning, or came in halfway through, or, it's your first time listening. I really, truly want to say thank you. And at the end of my episodes, when I say I love you, I mean it. I mean it. I mean it so much. I love each and every one of you. Whoever listens to this, even if you don't listen to this, know that I love you wherever you are in the world. I could have just put the echo on, but I felt like it was better if I were to do the echo. But now I'm like regretting it. But yeah, I truly appreciate the support and the love, the likes, the listens, the follows, the subscribing, all that stuff. It truly means a lot. And I can't say it enough. But I really do hope that y'all had a good week. Nobody called in. It's okay though. It's okay. One day, maybe next week. We'll try again next week. I'm not giving up on y'all. We do have 1 week left of Podsmas though, so a week and a half-ish. Yeah. So there's still time. You've got time. Okay, that's all I can say, because I don't want to get fined or something. All right, well, that is the episode for today. Thank you for tuning in. As I said, this is closing out week 3 of Podsmas, and I'll check back in with y'all next week. Much love to you all. Bye now. Thank you for listening. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and follow all the socials at MamMaJism. That's MamMaJism. If you decide you want to financially support me, on my accounts you'll be able to find out how. Thanks in advance. Until we meet again, please be kind to one another. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you.